What up, my freaks? Ruinous Insight here with part 5 of my Total Warhammer 2 modded Count Noctilus campaign. So as we saw last time, we have gotten the Drown into the fold, and Silostra will join us in about 8 turns. In addition to that, Noctilus has uncovered 3 freaking Skull Islands, which will hopefully give us a decent amount of cash, as well as any additional buffs that they might provide. Truly, he is blessed by Stromfells. Otherwise, we have also gotten Luther Harkin's army, who's doing a pretty great job raiding the enemy territory right now, and well, paying for himself, I suppose, plus additionally gaining experience, and, well, pissing off the Blessed Dread, but, you know, what can you do? It was necessary, I assure you. We do want to capitalize on some of this stuff, like picking up the Fuming Serpent and the Star Tower, and I do believe we have to have a... Let's see, oh, they want us to be at war with Eotane. Yeah, we're not gonna happen. Or that's not going to happen, rather. And let's see, oh, there's a riddle of Stromfells as opposed to a riddle of Ranald here in the Galleon's Graveyard. Also, somebody did suggest between the episodes that we recruit Queen Bess by essentially grabbing a settlement and then healing there. The only problem is I wonder what level we will be able to heal here. What's the Vampiric Corruption here? Yeah, it's mostly untainted, so I feel like it'll still be a fairly slow heal. We're probably better off capturing a settlement rather than outright doing it in that manner, I would think. We could do something like put up a pirate cove in Skeggy, for example. Not that that would help the matter much. We could also, as I suggested last time, just ferry Queen Bess over, but also dig here. It's another option. You know what? I'll think about it for a couple other turns. It's not like we really need Queen Bess to kill the units at the Skull Reef, so I don't really see that being too much of a problem. I really do wonder how much of our troops would be reduced if we went into the Monument of the Moon and then took it for ourselves and then just abandoned it later. It's certainly an option. I'll think about it once again. We might even be able to race another zombie-powered gunnery mob bombers here as well, as opposed to these guys. Might be a decent option as well. Although, wait, we'd probably need to delete, well, probably one of these guys in favor of getting Queen Bess up and running. We'll see. Alrighty, Luther Harkin's not moved, but we don't really need to move, and I don't want to move him so far that it sort of annoys the Blessed Dread to the point that they attack him. I want them to, you know, deplete each other's numbers here while the elves fight, and then we'll capitalize on it afterwards with Harkin. Other than that, I do believe we're ready to go. Let's see. I'm just saying if either one of these would be worthwhile. We could get the extra campaign movement rate, but honestly, 3,500 money is a little bit much. I feel like we're better off using the money to get cash. Or to get the buff. I forget what the name of the buff is. Drink All Night, that's it. To get Drink All Night up and running again for the increased growth, as we are now no longer... Yeah, we no longer have that. Yeah, so anyway, let's end the turn. Let's proceed. Let's see if we can't get to one of those Skull Islands. Oh, damn it, I forgot to move Wendy up. Well, that'll take an extra turn, but it's going to take her a while to get that... Oh, damn it. Faction encountered Nagron. Okay, for a second I thought that Skull Cove, or not Skull Cove, Pirate Cove. I thought for a second that it said faction destroyed Nagron. I was like, wait a second. A little bit early for that. Already, Hexawaddle and Cult of Pleasure are fighting. I wonder if Mazda Mundi is going to do well. I'm kind of attached to Mazda Mundi now after having played his campaign. I'll be sad if the Toadman falleth. Let's see, you are going to move in here, Wendy. Let's see. I wonder how much money Nagaroth is making, or Nagarond, rather. Hag Grief is, wow, you are not making much. Usually Hag Grief makes a ton of money, but you're only level 2. I guess you haven't grown enough, even though it's already been 27 turns. Let's see, Luther Harkin, you just keep raiding here, still making a decent amount of cash. Oh yeah, that's why I didn't want to move forward. Especially if these guys, well, we'll see what happens here. Ideally, the most ideal outcome of this is that TECLIS attacks the Blood Swamps, wins, but is so very badly hurt that we can take this for ourselves and get the province. That would be ideal. What would not be ideal is if he loses, and he very well might, because there's a full garrison at the Blood Swamps. So I guess we'll see. We can't raise any more mortars here, can we? No, it doesn't look like we can. We could temporarily get Queen Bess and Luther's army to kill all this if we really wanted to. You know, that's something, it's definitely something to think about. Otherwise, we do still have Infamy, and I feel like we're gonna get this serrated harpoon here, because otherwise what's worthwhile? I mean, the income from ports, it's probably very, very slight at this point. But yeah, you know what, why not? Why not? We could also start saving infamy for the first of the verses of the Lost Sea Shanty. But honestly, it's not such a huge upgrade that it matters that much early on, so I think I'm okay with it. You know what, I'm gonna try this. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna grab this. Is this really a good idea? Or do we just move to the Skull Island? We could always get it on the way back, but by then the Vampirate corruption will also have gone. Let's see. We'll do it once and we'll see if this is worthwhile or not. We'll colonize it for now. It'll destroy most of our units, but we'll see how fast they heal. Actually, pretty fast. With 2 turns, and yeah, it'll bring Noctilus up to full health. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Alright, I'm happy with that, or at least I'm reasonably happy with that. Then we can indeed get Queen Bess in here, rather than in Luther Harkin's army. So what we'll do is we'll merge these 2 units. We'll grab Queen Bess right there. It's going to cost a pretty penny to keep her up and running. We also do want to replace 2 of these mortars with a couple carronades. Ideally, maybe we will be able to build... Oh, we can... If we're going to be here for 2 turns, we can absolutely build a couple carronades. Now, we have been getting a lot of value out of these mortars, I will admit. But now that we have Queen Bess, I feel like 6 might be a little bit much just to have mortars, and if we're going to be here for 2 turns anyway, this seems like a pretty good idea. Ooh, I'd love to get some boarding... Nah, but we're going to get them in Luther Harkins. I mean, the capacity is only 4 anyway. Yeah. Alrighty, we gotta wait until we can get... well, Necrofex Colossi, but probably Rotting Prometheans and maybe some Animated Hulks in Noctilus's army. Yeah, I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do with his army either. At least not for mid-game yet. Okay, well, let's join you guys together into 1, I guess. And then let's join you guys together into 1. And then we'll get 2 carronades built. There we go. It'll take a while for them to level up, but now this army is getting, it's getting pretty nice. Wait, I just want to double check. Can we get another one of these bombers up and running? No, we cannot, unfortunately. Oh, well. I don't want to go less than 5 zombie pirate gunnery mobs. Honestly, the depth guard are not that useful in this particular army, at least not yet. When we run into some elites, the matter might change. Anyway, now we want to do 2 things. First of all, we want to get rid of one of these zombie pirate gunnery mobs. We want to briefly move Harkin into our own territory. We'll want to summon the Tide of Skjold. Alrighty, and wait, do we want to get another one of these guys in here? Yeah, we definitely do. Most definitely. Need a better gun line. There we go. Costing us a lot of cash. Ooh, we're now at 61, but then back up to 1554. 11 that rating bonus that he's getting. Lovely. Alright, not too bad, Harkin, not too bad. Settlement upgrade available? Ooh, yes, Galleon's Graveyard. I'm glad I didn't waste more money. And Poxmarsh, you're going up as well. We'll get you walls, and then you will not be so easy to take. Gonna be happy with that. Alrighty, hope none of these Skull Islands disappear, because we're gonna take a few turns before we sail out. Oh, Monument of the Moon you can upgrade, but no, we're gonna abandon you in a couple turns. Hopefully Marcus Wolfhard doesn't immediately attack us or something. Skip that. Office slot available. Oh, right, Silostra is up and running now. That'll be another 25 per turn, but it might be worthwhile. Let's see, so it can be any of these. Wait, you can be a fleet secretary? Why? Required rank 8 and required rank 10. Interesting. Fleet secretary, upkeep -5 for all units faction-wide, eh? That might be worthwhile right now. So would the Fleet Enforcement Admiral. I'm just thinking if there's anything else worthwhile. Well, the Fleet Sailing Admiral is also pretty good, but I think we're going to go with Fleet Secretary, just by virtue of that upkeep reduction. Yeah, that's an immediate 400 money. 425 infamy per turn, I will grant, but still pretty good. Alrighty. And then we'll just have to figure out who we want to put where. Zombie Pirate Deckhands Mob, Boarding Crew, and Depth Guard melee defense increases from Fleet Warrant Admiral. That might be a pretty good option for Luther Harkin because he already buffs those units, and then he can buff them even further. Yeah, and then Fleet Enforcement Admiral, maybe we'll give this to Aranessa, unless there's somebody else. Also, there's some nice stuff in the Gunnery Mob, or Carronade, Mortar, and Queen Bess. Honestly, I kind of wish that Noctilus had this buff as well. To be honest. Oh well, we'll see. Alrighty, let's end the turn. Let's see what happens here. Moment of truth. These guys could also attack us. Okay, they're gonna siege in. Who won and who lost? I literally couldn't tell what happened here. What happened? This doesn't answer any questions. I feel like TECLIS might have lost, but his army survived and I guess backed off. Well, we'll destroy it if that's the case. Safari, you probably want a war against us. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. Good luck. You're gonna need it. I mean, because they have to sail down here and deal with us. So, yeah. Let's see. Protection racket. That's nice. What are we in infamy? Ooh, 365. Let's skip on that for a little while. Base weapon damage plus 20 for all armies of all faction. But I imagine that this is for melee weapon damage, not range damage, unfortunately. So it doesn't really give us much of a benefit. Anyway, let's keep researching stuff here. TECLIS, you're kind of hurt, but not that hurt.
What is your
So, wait, I just want to see. Brutal business? Oh, it doesn't say who won this fight. Maybe they didn't even fight? How are you not hurt at all here? Maybe you're just trying to attack Luther Harkin. And I feel like he's not going to win against you, which means we probably want to either move away or go into an ambush. He could try to siege the Awakening, but he's not going to succeed at that. Okay, so here's what we do. We move Harkin back, and yeah, this is going to cost us some money. We're going to pop you right here into 80% ambush stance. If he moves for the Awakening, we might be able to ambush him. If he passes by, he'll siege it, then we'll hit him in the back. Otherwise, I'm just hoping he attacks the Blood Swamps. Damn, I really was hoping that this would work out, but it doesn't seem that it did. We could always also sail out and grab the Fuming Serpent, possibly even the Star Tower as well. But we don't really have the artillery to siege stuff, so we'd have to manually siege for a while. And that might not work out so well. Alrighty, well, we'll take another turn to see what happens here. Ignore the Monument of the Moon. You, my friend, are going to build up that next level of Carronade. Ooh, Deck Gunners are available. We are running out of cash, though, so we'll have to be careful. But, you know, Skull Island's coming, so it's not a huge issue. At least not yet. And here comes the upgrade for the Maelstrom as well. Lovely. End turn. Let's get to it. I want to see the Queen Bess in action as fast as possible. And we have... how many more turns? 4 turns. Okay, so you made it here in time. How much money are you generating, Nagorod? Can't quite tell. Well, regardless, you're going to sail to Reichland afterwards. Tyrion's going to declare war on us, but that's fine. If he sails down to the Galleon's graveyard, he's not going to win. Damn, ambush foiled on Luther Harkin. Oh, that's not so great. Because they might attack us here. Uh-oh. No, he moved to... oh, did he die? Did he lose his entire force? The hell, TECLIS. Military Alliance, Arcan... no, but possibly eventually. I mean, probably eventually. Our one and only ally. Alright, looks like Nagorod's making a decent amount of cash, but hopefully more. They don't have their entire province yet. Gilgallion, you're also going to declare war on us, but once again, we don't give a damn. Faction destroyed Astalia. It looks like Clan Scryer most likely is doing well, unless it's Sartosa that's doing this. What else? Whoa. Local recruitment capacity, but a bunch of reductions versus campaign movement range reductions, but a bunch of bonuses. I don't like either one. Can't be losing the leadership, though, so I guess an eternity to wait. Alrighty, so Shayish wanes. Those purple winds of magic are strangely absent around these parts, making the bindings that tie our troops to this world and our will tenuous at best. Should we wait for the winds to blow more favorably for us, or press on regardless? An eternity to wait. We're eternal. This time means little to an undead crew, therefore let's wait until the winds blow favorably once more, shall we? Yeah. Aminar attacks. Where are you attacking, Aminar? Somewhere. Chaos is wow, already stirring? Great for chaos, I guess. Another Riddle of Ranald. And wait, does Chaos Stir increase the Chaos Corruption on the map? I'm not seeing it right now. Alrighty, let's move Wendy. Where are you, Wendy? Go here into Nagaron. You could level up, but no, why not? Oh, wait, you can't actually do anything here. I guess we're gonna have to wait. Land right here and go for a wound, I guess. Not much of another option here. Can't get any of this good stuff. We can do this. Assault units in Nagaron. They're kind of friendly with us, though. You know what, maybe we'll wait. Maybe we won't annoy them too much. We'll annoy another faction. A faction that's more likely to insta-declare war on us. Let's see, how much money are you making us right now, Pirate Cove? Wait. You're making us 600 money. That's something. Not great, but something. Ooh, Galleon's Graveyard. Lots of upgrades ready for you, but we don't have the cash now. Okay, yeah, we need to move it. And oh, looky, Alistair, you captured something. You are going to go all the way up here. And then we'll grab that Skull Island. You are going to get abandoned. There we go. Don't need you right now. Ooh, yeah, minus 1,000 per turn. Damn. That's really unfortunate. It's also because we're not raiding stuff. Is this TECLIS? Nope. I guess TECLIS either hid or is now dead. Well, I feel like we go for the Fuming Serpent. Oh, but it just got walls up and running. Oh, man. And they've got a lot of elite stuff here as well. And I feel like we just keep raiding them. At least for a while. These guys will eventually leave the Blood Swamps, and we will have to declare war on them. I don't want to have too many provinces yet. We've got to keep it to 5. Alrighty, fine. Go into raiding stance and then move back in. That's another... He did ambush us. Well, I screwed up. Oh, this is going to be an issue. Close defeat? Well, the ambush is there, but we're going to have to try it. Damn, he did hide. Clever little TECLIS. Alrighty, well, dangerous, but let's see if we can pull it off, although I'm not really holding out hope. But hey, if Luther Harkin loses his army, they're just zombies anyway. Let's get to it. Alright, that freaked me out there for a second. Man, I should not have fallen for this, and we may very much come to regret it with our trash army. Oh, the frickin' ambush screen just freaked me the hell out. Yeah, this may be the very end of Luther Harkin's army, so we're going to try to square up and get into position, although it will be difficult. Now, I do want to point out one thing as we try to move into position. I don't know where these units are. Like, while we can see them because this is a replay, every single one of these units in the forest were also hidden. So the only things I can see at this point are these guys and this missile unit. I was thinking that maybe the rest of the army is actually behind this hill or over behind these units and not throughout here, which I probably should have guessed they were here just by virtue of this being an ambush, but damn, I just want to point that out because that's why I'm trying to set up over here like this. This is already not going very well. Oh, damn. Oh, and look, TECLIS is here with a fire mage possibly, getting some fireballs in here, a second fireball coming in. And oh, they're targeting the Tide of Skjold, and I think so are various other units, including their Eagle Claw Bolter. I do want to take a look at the Tide of Skjold. Oh, you guys look pretty nice. You do look pretty nice with your... wait, dual swords. Do all deckhands have... oh, yeah, they do all have they do all have dual swords. I didn't even realize that. Huh. I almost never zoom in on these guys in particular just by virtue of the fact that... well, they're basically meant to die, so, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, that's probably not going to change in this particular battle. You guys are going to move in, and I was thinking that maybe I don't even know what's in this army at this point either. Like, what type of units are there, and we have to watch out for. Oh, a unit of Great Eagles is moving in. A kind of a scary unit that is going to try and surround and kill Mr. Harkin. Ooh, and I love the summoning effect. That's pretty glorious, you gotta admit. Just like open a portal to the depths and summon from the depths a bunch of rotting Prometheans, and it is nice that Luther Harkin has access to this ability. There we go, right there, Rotting Promethean summoned on top to protect Luther Harkin from these Great Eagles, as they will, you know, kill him fairly quickly if left to their own devices. But for the Rotting Prometheans protecting him, he should be in a reasonably good place. Over here, it looks like one of our deckhands mobs got charged by a unit of spears, and we are trying to capitalize on that by having our gunnery mobs with the bombers, chuck their bombs at these guys. Obviously, we'll probably kill our own unit, and probably even... oh, wow, they're using a Fate of Biuna on the zombie pirate deckhands mob. What a waste. What a waste, TECLIS. You probably should have put that on where our Rotting Prometheans or somebody... or something else, but yeah, really quite annoying. Also, don't forget, we still can't see what's going on here. Suddenly, a bunch of archers appear and start attacking these guys, although one of the benefits of this is the fact that the archers are moving close to our zombie pirate gunnery mobs. Now, this is actually sort of in our favor, because we can tell the gunnery mobs not to line up, but instead to charge the enemy archers. Of course, the gunnery mobs can fire while moving, and though they may be slower at moving, the enemy's going to have a difficult time while the while our units actually move forward and get their volleys in there. So this portion of the battlefield is at least somewhat in our favor. Over here, the Eagles have dropped to, well, not quite about half HP, but they've also hurt Luther Harkin quite a bit. We do have to be very careful there. The balance of power is obviously in the enemy's favor, but it has been in the enemy's favor from the start. Fortunately, that one bat unit, that one freaking bat unit that we were able to summon at the Poxmarsh came in so freaking handy here. Just to be able to destroy this Eagle Claw Bolter. Otherwise, what would we have done with this? Well, the only option would have been to send the Rotting Prometheans units through the entire blob of the enemy army in the hopes that they can reach them before disintegrating. And I do believe they are disintegrating because we don't have enough magic or winds of magic or mana, whatever we're calling it, to keep them up and running. But damn. Alrighty, well, keep going. Lots of enemy archers are attacking us. I love the effects of the bombers, though, even if they, to be honest, aren't very effective, but hey. At least they look cool. Rule of cool always applies. We also have mortar support coming in. And there we go. The explosions, at the very least, are breaking apart the enemy formation a little bit. I do wonder how much damage those bombers do. They're also not really buffed up. Their missile strength is at 36. I wonder to what degree we could eventually make them. Like, buff them up. Oh, and this is with more powder on as well. That will disappear, and I believe that's a fairly considerable buff here. Oh, yeah, that is a very considerable buff, so they're going to be a lot weaker once they're done here. But hey, at least for now, they'll dish out the damage. But would be really interested to see what these guys are like at late game. Tide of Skjold still holding on here. Nice to have our one unit like this. And oh, look, TECLIS is going to move out, and the Great Eagles have also been destroyed. Over here, we did send a unit of Zombie Pirate Deckhands Mob to try to annoy these archers over here, mostly just to make them stop firing and killing our precious Zombie Pirate Gunnery mobs with handguns who are trying to fire down on the enemy. They have killed the Great Eagles, or otherwise have damaged the Great Eagles to the point that they are not really a threat anymore, with the help of the Rotting Prometheans, obviously. Otherwise, they are trying to target TECLIS here, who has taken quite a bit of damage, and we have used the Power Siphon on him as well from, I believe it's a bound spell on Harkin. Fairly effective, especially if you can use it multiple times and the enemy does not have perfect vigor. Minus 20% vigor is fairly significant, as SFO in particular does have buffs to vigor. Ooh, a fireball going in. Did that knock out one of... Huh. Did it hit one of those eagles? Or was that eagle dead already? I couldn't actually quite tell what it hit, but either way, the eagles are pretty much done for. I also got to point out that the enemy army does have a unit of Swords Masters of Choeth in here somewhere. They're right there. I was trying to target them with both of our units of Zombie Pirate Gunnery Mob bombers, but unfortunately, they don't really dish out enough damage. It looks like every bomb hits for like 6 to 10 damage or something like that. It's fairly weak. I mean, that's as much HP as they're losing per hit. That's really not quite enough, even with the number of hits coming in. And it's honestly, it doesn't even look like that many hits coming in, despite the relatively large numbers in the particular gunnery mob. But yeah, obviously, this is the most threatening units on the field, other than TECLIS himself, who we are going to continue to try to focus down. Luther Harkin obviously also has a pistol, unlike Noctilus, who does not have any range options until he gets on his Necrofex Colossus mount. Fortunately, TECLIS is being an idiot and jumping in like this, allowing us to attack him, even having Luther Harkin swing away at him with his sword. Ooh, some nice flourishes there from Mr. Harkin. He does have a very nice model. I like his whatever these things that they have, like the horns coming in from the back of their armor. A lot of vampires like that sort of thing, and it's a pretty damn nice aesthetic, but maybe I'm just a vampire biased. Anyway, a couple of those hits, and TECLIS is now fairly low in HP and is also either routing or wave. Oh, he's terrified. Huh, wait. Oh, Luther Harkin has both terror and fear. I did not even realize that. That's pretty useful. It's pretty damn useful. You know what's not useful? These guys all getting wrecked by all these archers, and unfortunately they are able to fire parallel to the unit, increasing the amount of damage that they take. In addition to that, the enemy mage, or their fire mage, was able to repeatedly distract this unit of Zombie Pirate Deckhands Mob, who just couldn't disengage and thereby attack the High Elven archers. On the other hand, this portion of the battlefield, unlike the first portion, is definitely going in our favor. You can see that these these High Elven archers that I was talking about earlier, that we had our gunnery mobs with pistol and sword chase around, they're routing and otherwise are running away and getting shot up. So this is going very well. At the very least, it's taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of archers off the field and off the main portion of the battlefield, which is quite nice. And I think, the Swordsmasters of Hoeth, however, are moving in to try to take care of these zombie pirate gunnery mobs. Oh man, the names of these freaking units are too long. The Swordsmasters of Hoeth are moving in, and that's not so great for us because they can clean house and basically kill them all with pretty much impunity. It's not like they can do anything. Ooh, piercing bolts of burning coming down into our unit of zombie pirate deckhand mob, and I don't think they're gonna survive this one. Very nice kit, plus the archers coming in, plus another charge from those spearmen, and this unit is just about done for. On the other hand, though, Mr. TECLIS is almost dead over here. He's charged back into our lines and gotten surrounded by this deckhands mob, plus Luther taking pot shots at him with his pistol. Come on, take aim. You should be able to shoot him. He's on a horse. He's kind of just standing there, buddy. And honestly, you shouldn't even care that you're going to get some friendly fire. And come on, Luther, what are you doing? Why aren't you firing? I've also told a lot of these units to target TECLIS. Ooh, but the other mage comes in, gets some casts in, and charges our gun line. Kind of interesting, but he is pretty badly hurt, and we should be able to whittle him down fairly quickly, especially now that Luther appears to be actually firing on occasion. I swear I just saw him fire. Come on, Luther. I know I order you to do things. He's having a really tough time aiming through stuff. Maybe I should have just sent him into melee. He does hit pretty hard, but I was also very wary of him getting hit and killed or otherwise so damaged that he would dissipate. The balance of power looks to be very even 4 minutes in, which is very rare. Usually battles are over by about 2 to 3 minutes, and in this particular case, it's still even. Fortunately, with TECLIS off the field, and soon the mage will follow, we are looking fairly good. Over here, another unit of our gunnery mobs is chasing more archers around, dishing out damage and preventing them from firing. Yeah, these guys are really, really paying for themselves in this particular form of attack. And yeah, once again, that's one of the dangerous things about having a army that is primarily filled with regular archers, especially the ones that can't move. Ooh, and that fire mage, once again, bringing it down with a burning head through our gun line. Damn, all of our gun line does appear to be melting now. Most of them will probably disintegrate fairly quickly at this rate. Unfortunately, the enemy fire mage does also rout as well. We do need to keep targeting him and dishing out the damage, or he will come back, and we definitely don't want that. Luther Harkin's still staying back. We also don't want him to get too hurt because not only will our army rout, but in addition to that, our summons are dependent on him, so we can get another summon going soon if we just save up. Ooh, the bomber's dishing out a little bit of damage to these archers. Maybe that will at least be better. Oh, and I never noticed that the leader of the archers is actually a spearman. Huh, kind of interesting. But a little bit odd that the leader of the archer unit has a spear instead of a bow. I feel like you could have a leader with the bow as well, but anyway, at least these bombs are nice and cinematic looking. I always love the explosions. They're not as fun as the salamanders. When playing the Mazdamundi campaign, I very, very much enjoyed watching the fireworks from those salamanders constantly. Ooh, looks like this zombie pirate deckhand mob is also not long for this world, and these guys are still alive. I also want to point out that the mortars have been firing at them the entire time, but these are 0 chevron mortars with no gunnery whites, so they're not going to dish out a lot of damage, and their accuracy is going to be absolutely abysmal. Another summon finally coming in. We saved up enough Winds of Magic after all this time to get another unit of Rotting Prometheans out. This is absolutely critical to us trying to win this, as there are still a fair few enemy archers alive, and unfortunately, a decent amount of them coming back. This unit got distracted, and both of these units, I guess, got pretty beat up by this unit of zombie pirate gunnery mob, but at the end of the day, they came back and they did enough damage to make the unit disintegrate. However, at this point, the balance of power has shifted in our favor. Luckily, it's very, very close, and I'm having an incredible time fighting this battle the entire time. It's glorious, and I like how there's like multiple parts of the battlefield. We have this forest battle with the archers duking it out with the with the gunnery mobs while the Swords Masters of Hoeth hunted them down and killed them. They got 225 kills on them, and it definitely disintegrated a couple of these units, but they also disintegrated a bunch of the enemy archers. The mortars have been untouched this entire time, but to be honest, they're not really achieving that much. The bombers have been doing fairly well. Look, they're making this unit round, and then they can probably move on to these guys, but these guys are now out of ammunition, so that's a crazy amount of damage that they've been able to dish out through this entire battle. You don't want an enemy archer to basically get their entire value out by being able to use all their ammunition. That's really unfortunate, but we just did not have the damage in this particular army to make it happen. More bombs coming in, but soon these guys are going to start to disintegrate. Looks like one of our bombers is routing and the other is disintegrating. Over here, the last portion of the battle with regards to the other enemy archers remaining in the woods here, we do have our rotting Prometheans trying to chase them down. Maybe we should watch some of their animations as well, although it looks like they are going to get caught by the Swords Masters of Hoeth here. And that is obviously very dangerous. Obviously, the Swords Masters should be able to kill a unit of rotting Prometheans with relatively little problem, but the balance of power continues to shift in our favor, despite the fact that all of our units are disintegrating. We also have to keep in mind that our Lord, despite being drained, is completely alive still, and can still dish out quite a bit of damage. And he still has quite a bit of his ammunition as well. I'm a little bit disappointed with his inability to fire at stuff. Maybe we're better off using him in melee. But yeah, once again, I was just too wary of getting him killed. Oh, it looks like another enemy unit of High Elven Archers is going to rout. The bombers getting those last shots in before they rout, but essentially the AI is doing the same thing. All of their units are very much crippled, just like ours are. The only problem is their units might rout and come back and rally, whereas ours, once they start disintegrating, they're probably not going to stop. But at the end of the day, at about 6 minutes and 50 seconds, the chain rout starts kicking in. All the enemy units start wavering, and it was so much down to the wire. Looks like the Tide of Skuld almost dead with about 10% HP-ish remaining. Another unit disintegrating, crumbling. We got our rotting Prometheans also, well, alive, but not achieving too much here anymore. All these 3 units are crumbling. We have, what, 2 units of gunline still alive, and then 2 units about, well, 1 crumbling and 1 routing. Whoo, damn. I can't believe we managed to pull that off. I'm very happy with this, because this is a trash army. This is an absolute trash army. It's not like we have Noctilus here, or Rodimus Prime, or any of the other or any of the gunnery whites, plus the pretty crazy gunline that we have in Noctilus's army now that they've leveled up. This is all basically unbuffed trash, or slightly buffed trash. I'm very glad that we managed to pull this off, and now the only reason I'm not ending it is A, because it's not a settlement battle. Granted, a lot of our units can't chase the enemies because they're all too slow, but there is one unit, the Swords Masters of Hoeth, which is right here, which we are going to do our best to just outright destroy. We don't want to fight them again. That's for damn sure, especially considering how many kills they got and how many of our units they managed to kill as they fought through those trees. And granted, I didn't zoom in too many on the tree fights, but frankly, I hate the tree fights. I hate the camera in the forest in general. But yeah, alright, I'm going to speed this up while Luther Harkin tries to chase these guys down, and all of our units also attack them. Every single unit on the map is just focused on these units you can see on the map here. I really want them dead. Frickin' TECLIS. At the very least, make him pay. I think while we have won this, it's gonna be difficult to call this a victory, I think, because look at the damage here. We've lost all but 700 of our units, 2,000 dead, and granted, they've routed, but most of their units will remain alive because we just can't catch them. Yeah, that's definitely an issue here. Hopefully not this one. Luther Harkin is firing and moving as well, so finally he's actually getting some use out of his pistol. We use a Tide Call to slow the enemy down a little bit for a few seconds, minus 20% speed reduction. I guess a few extra hits with Luther Harkin's sword and pistol. There we go. At least now I'm not so worried about him dying, so we can freely commit him in melee. And he is a pretty damn good melee fighter. I mean, 90 melee attack and 60 melee defense is pretty good. It's just always a consideration how vulnerable this army would be without him. Keep chasing him. Not really seeing a lot of value out of his guns there, but his sword swings really do some damage. Oh, I like how he points as he runs at them. Looks kind of silly, but, you know, that's Luther Harkin for... Where are you even firing? Well, it looks like only 7, I think, enemy units remaining, and I think that might not be enough for the unit to actually survive the battle. So I think we achieved what we wanted to achieve. Well done, Luther Harkin. Well done, 2,000 of our zombie host, all of which paid the price, but not to worry, they are merely zombies, and there are plenty of drowned dead to raise again and keep the march going. Let's see how much damage we did, they did, and what's left after this very much Pyrrhic victory.
The vampire coast prevails.
What a fantastic freaking fight. I don't even know whether we could call that a victory or not. At the very least, we did manage to kill their mage as well as TECLIS's original starting Swordsmasters of Hoeth unit. Otherwise, a lot of their units survive, but we don't really have anything that could chase them down. But damn, that was so freaking close, and I adore close battles. I had a blast there, and so did the elves in a very different way. Oh man, 20,000 damage on those Swordsmasters. Our mortars here did barely anything. I mean, these are unpowered mortars. They don't have their levels. They don't have gunnery weights, so they're obviously kind of garbage. And honestly, let's see. In terms of damage, it looks like the most was dished out by our, interestingly enough, our gunnery mobs with handguns, or non-handguns rather, the non-handguns, the sword and or the pistol and cutlass ones, and the bombers did quite well as well. Interestingly enough, we really did use these guys to pretty great effect while chasing around enemy archers. They are fairly effective against an army that is all archers, because the enemy archers obviously want to run away rather than engaging a hybrid unit in melee, or engaging anybody in melee, really. And thus it allowed us to chase them and keep shooting them in the back. But damn, what a fun time. All right, we're actually going to, I think, ransom captives. We have to go back to the Awakening now. This is no longer sustainable. Ransom captives, please. Nice. Ooh, what was the Oh, I was hoping for a big battle marker, but only 2.5k. Now I imagine the Blessed Dread will kill this, but at least we got the, Obsidian Amulet, but more importantly, Winds of Magic plus 20 and cooldown for defeating TECLIS. Honestly, we really want that on pretty much all of our lords. Luther, you're gonna go back to the Awakening for a turn or two, heal up, rebuild your army. Damn, that was fun. I'm actually, it's weird because I'm glad that we fell for that ruse. We are going to build all 4 boarding crew. They will replace a lot of our zombie pirate gunnery mobs, as they are another sort of hybrid pistol missile infantry unit. Let's just compare their stats here. You guys are 37, 44, and then 55 and 24 versus 25, 24, 40. And 20. So your missile damage isn't really all that much better. I do imagine you're probably using a similar type of pistol. And you're also not going to be as cheap to field, so you're going to cost us more money, but it's okay. And in fact, I think maybe we'll want to get a couple scurvy doggos. They really could have been useful in that particular battle, because we definitely lack the ability to... we need another mortar. I honestly didn't do that well. Chase down the enemy archers. But also with these guys, will we have enough of a melee line? We managed to hold on to the Tide of Skjold, probably not for much longer. I'm honestly kind of tempted to delete the other unit of zombie pirate deckhands mob, replace them with even more gunnery mobs, because they're just playing better. And just playing better. You know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let's do this, and then let's build another gunnery mob of the regular variety. There we go. Then we got... Oh, we can build 2 of these. Yeah, like that. Alright, that should be a little bit better, I would think. We actually have a massive melee line now because of these guys, and all 4 of these guys, plus the bombers. Yeah, we could use more mortars, but to be honest, once again, they didn't do that well. I'd rather get carronades, so when we are able to get said carronades, we'll get them there. Oh, still riding that high. That was damn fun. Alrighty, unassigned... Wait, did Luther not level up off of that? He should have leveled up off of that. What are you talking about, game? Sea Curse and then on to Invincible Fleet, I guess, is the only real option. I mean, we also do want to get Arcane Conduit, but it ain't ready yet. Already, you can't move anymore this turn. Unassigned skill points on who? Oh, wait, Luther did level up. Never mind, ignore me, I'm crazy. Not as crazy as Luther, though. Avast ye, please. And then we'll get, well... We'll figure it out. I'm not sure yet, because once again, he does level those deckhands mobs. Now here's the question. Held Together by Screws does buff up Boarding Crew, but Reanimated Marksman does not. Oh, that's unfortunate. They should really double dip, because they are... like, this buffs up Zombie Pirate Gunnery mobs. So it buffs up their pistols, but not the... not the Boarding Crew. And same with the Ensorcelled Weapons, it also does not buff up Boarding Crew, only Deadly March does. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. I feel like that unit really should double dip into both abilities, although maybe it would make them too powerful, I don't know. I don't know, hard to say. Either way, we're probably going to get Deadly March just by virtue of, once again, the fact that we do buff up Zombie Pirate Deckhands mobs and Boarding Crew and Depth Guard. And we do want to get both of those types of units. But honestly, we can get so many different types of units that I'm still not completely sure what exactly we're going to go for. Probably a mix of a little bit of everything. Just because that's maybe reflective of, you know, Luther's mind in the first place. Maybe he can't settle on one thing. Kind of makes sense to me. But anyway, let's skip the rest of this settlement upgrade event. Alright, the one that we're abandoning still. Stop that. Alrighty, let's end the turn. I don't imagine they'll attack the Awakening, but I do imagine TECLIS is about to get killed by the Blessed Dread over here. But man, we absolutely crippled his army. Oh, no, he's gonna move away. Interesting. Interesting. Faction destroyed Calidor. Yeah, we weakened Calidor to the point that Eatane was able to kill them. This might have been a mistake because we definitely made Eatane stronger by doing that. Kind of interesting, though. What a great ambush. That was so damn fun. Alright, and how are we for time, by the way? Alright, well, we're certainly getting there. Not much time remaining. Count Noctilus. I feel like you could just auto-resolve that. I think we'll leave the next Skull Island battle for the actual battle where we see Queen Bess, as I just don't have time, I think, to comment over full stack. Plus, once again, the armies here are pretty garbage. Well, we'll actually see. If it's got a lot of Depth Guard or something interesting, then maybe. How many more turns until this? Oh, can't check here. 3, I think? No, 2. Alright, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Alrighty, well then. Who needs to move? Well, Luther Harkin, you're standing still for a couple turns, but you can get your stone away. Ooh, your money, though. If we're gonna spend money... Well, we have a lot of places where we want to spend it, but I think we need to get our walls up and running. And we need, yeah, we definitely need those Skull Islands immediately. We got tons of upgrades we can make. Alright, let's start with that. And then we will, I just gotta make sure not to actually let this go through by accident. Ooh, gotta be wary of that. But anyway, alrighty, let's move Mr. Noctilus. I should say Admiral Noctilus. Into the Skull Reef, raid the Cove, and let's see what kind of army we have. Close victory casualties. Ooh, they do have 3 rotting Leviathans. Okay, you know what? Yeah, that seems like, it seems like it'll be a fun battle. Probably worth of the fight. I think that, yeah, that other battle took quite a while to comment over, didn't it? But then again... I really want to fight this. And Noctilus's army does pretty well. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna do this episode as well. Actually, before I make the cut here to comment over the previous battle, I do want to once again remind you guys that this is a... Well, actually, this will be the first time that I'm reminding you guys. 5th episode in the series. On 5th episode in the series, that's when I do like to remind you guys to drop your likes and comments if you are enjoying this particular Let's Play. Want to keep it updated on the regular, as the engagement is what determines how often stuff is updated. I try to keep that to 2 every 5th episode, just because it's a, well, it annoys me when other YouTubers do it, and therefore I try not to do it too much. I think 5th episode is a reasonable point to do that on. But anyway, here comes the cut. Gonna comment over the other battle, and then we're gonna fight this, mostly because I want to see Queen Bess in action, also because I want to see the Carronades in action, and also because I want to see all these rotting Leviathans. There's a lot of good reasons, guys. Let's do this. Alrighty, there it is, and here we go. Let's do this. I want to see Queen Bess and everybody in action. Alrighty, while loading that up, you guys remember GOT when that doofus was constantly like McQueen? I was thinking about that when I realized we had Queen Bess, so it was just so now, well, McQueen is here. Alrighty, there we go. Finally, the biggest cannon and the best artillery piece in the game. Look at this frickin' thing. It is just absolutely ridiculous. Oh, and the mortars launching at the same time, too. That's pretty damn perfect. Well, the enemy mortar is probably going to have a pretty bad day once all that hits it. Some nice arcing. I guess our carronades are firing too. We'll see that in a second. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun battle. Yeah, some surprisingly nice stuff. I mean, 3 rotting leviathans is pretty big, you gotta admit. They do have a decent amount of depth guard and all that, but I want to see the damage once Queen Bess's first attack lands, and let's just speed it back up to normal in a second, and here we go. Mortars are gonna land. Let's see this. And, oh, it's almost right in the middle of the accuracy, though. Damn. Not used to things actually having accuracy, and obviously the sub-explosions coming in as well. Can't quite tell which sub-explosions are coming in from Best minus, I think, that one. Because some of those were the mortar explosions, but nonetheless, very, very nice. And after that, looks like the mortar is not going to be alive much longer. Critical binding, and, oh, the explosions are still happening on top of that. Good luck with that. And we got more shots coming in already, despite the fact that this was sped up. Pretty nice. Oh, and the carronades are also firing. Oh, wow, that one sailed right by the Rotting Leviathan, but at least they're in range now as well. Too bad we don't have the Rune of Seeking like the stuff has in the Thoric campaign, or I guess it's a lot of runes now, but nonetheless, I used it in the Thoric campaign. But then again, the Rune of Seeking didn't seem to work quite well, or quite right anyway. Oh, all these explosions are beautiful. What is Best targeting right now? Looks like I think she's targeting the depth guard over here. Obviously, the carronades are going to target the Rotting Leviathans, even though they're actually probably better at killing units like Grave Guard. That's what our mortars and Bess are working on right now. I've said this before, but while I don't like like-on-like battles typically, Vampirates do one of the very fun versions of like-on-like battles, because they both have, I mean, they have such a fun roster. Even watching the same roster fight itself is really fun, with all the guns and all the crazy monsters and, well, all the crazy nonsense like Queen Bessway over here. Already looks like the Rotting Leviathans are starting to take damage both from the carronades as well as from our lines of zombie pirate gunnery mob. We've also summoned a zombie pirate deckhands mob over here to get in the way of the enemy depth guard. I also do want to point out, however, that the enemy is pulling a sneaky little move over here by moving some of its army through the trees on one of the sides. A little bit same on this side, but not nearly as much. Either way, our artillery is definitely getting to work now. The enemy troop count has dropped by about 100, and they have taken damage to a lot of their elite units, plus have lost their only artillery piece as well. Alrighty, oh, and it looks like one of the depth guard is down for the count, or at least about to be, especially once that Queen Bess explosion finishes them off with the combination of all those gunnery mobs with handguns. Our Necrofex Colossus, Mr. Rodimus Prime, is also firing on those depth guard, taking them out as the cannons in its arms, like the carronades, do fairly well against that sort of thing. Over here, we're gonna get Noctilus to actually fight. I usually keep Vampire Lords back a lot more than I do Vampire Counts Lords, because, I don't know. I know that they're not that fragile, but for some reason it just seems to me like they are. I mean, Noctilus is at 61, 67. He is probably more fragile than Vlad, but Vlad is, like, impossible to kill at the best of times, especially once he has all his stuff and is leveled up. Noctilus will get better. We haven't gone through his power-up line yet, or his personal fighty line, so yeah, it is what it is. Ooh, we got a Wraith Storm coming in, and yeah, this is once again what makes these frickin' battles so great. All the guns and the craziness. Another shot from Queen Bess arcing over. And where are you gonna land? Where is this going? And oh my god, the range on this frickin' thing. It's basically the entire map, too. And I actually have no idea what this was shooting at. What? What was this shooting at? Huh, was there a unit here that got hidden or deleted? I don't know what that was supposed to be, but I guess it doesn't really matter because the targets are going to change in a couple seconds. Rotting Prometheans are still alive, and ooh, some Graveguard on Graveguard action finally. Or Graveguard, Depth Guard, Depth Guard. I haven't been calling them Graveguard. The Depth Guard over here with the help of Rodimus are going to fight another unit of Depth Guard, but that's pretty nice. We have not been getting too much time to play around with these guys, and they can dish out some damage. I mean, that's what they're here for. Ooh, they will take a little bit of damage themselves, but we will just heck them right back up. How are those Rotting Leviathans doing? Looks like this one's just about to die to concentrated fire from various units of handguns as well. This one, I think, is also going to get brought down fairly quickly with the help of Noctilus dueling. Some pretty epic duels going on. Graveguard on Graveguard, Noctilus versus Rotting Leviathan, although with the help of the handguns over here, we are probably going to lose our units that are up front, but fortunately victory is in our grasp. We just got to make sure that all these units that are moving through the forest, most of which weren't visible up to now, get killed, and we will then retarget Bess and all of our artillery, minus the carronades, which have obviously been working on the Rotting Leviathans, at them. Here we go. And, oh, that was a nice kit. Very, very nice. Oh, look at all those mini sub-explosions. Beautiful. Yeah, and one of the things also that's great about having a 2 gunnery wights is that we can just keep Queen Bess constantly topped up and keep making use of more powder, because we do have many uses of, well, I mean, the 2 can basically keep Queen Bess topped up permanently, I think, at least until they run out of more powder, if we ignore all of the other artillery pieces. Anyway, it looks like one of the first poor little hermit crabs has died, and the second one will follow suit soon. The enemy actually uses an aspect of the Dread Knight to keep its leadership high, so it doesn't crumble quite as soon. It'll just straight up die instead of crumbling, but that's okay. Bound to happen eventually. He's still doing a good job at surviving here. Ooh, more shots coming in from Bess and the Mortars. Best in the Mortars, yet another band name. Man, this entire campaign is just coming up with different band names. Although that's been several campaigns lately, to be honest. And Graveguard, they've done some work, and they are going to continue by fighting some of these deckhands with halberds over here. Don't want them attacking Mr. Rodimus. And where the hell are you guys going? Maybe they want to run around and attack our gunnery mobs. Oh, wait, no, that's our gunnery mobs running away while these guys get tied up by the Death Guard. Death Guard getting kills. Well done. Well done. For once, we don't hold you guys in reserve, and this is what the Depth Guard are made for. They may be generally a little bit too weak for their cost and all that sort of stuff, and I don't mean weak in terms of damage, I mean weak in terms of fragility, but you always have to remember the Depth Guard are not meant to be the... They're not meant to be your battle lines. You're not meant to face them forward. They're not your Black Guard of Nagaron, or they're not even your Grave Guard. They're not meant to take damage. They're meant to dish it out. And they dish it out they can. They are infantry blenders, and they're quite effective at doing that against the units like this. They can rip them apart with minimal damage, plus keep themselves alive via the hunger. If they're not getting ripped apart by enemy ranged units, against chaff infantry, they can basically live forever and kill them all. Sort of like executioners in that way, although still considerably more fragile, I gotta say. Anyway, another unit of Rotting Leviathans still alive. I think it looks like Bess and the Mortars have actually cleared out all of these units that were out here, so well done to them. And I just want to watch Bess maybe fire one more time. I don't know if it will, because clearly we haven't seen that enough. Take an aim. There we go. Beautiful. And then looks like, oh, it looks like the enemy army is now crumbling apart. Beautiful. A last little hermit crab here, gonna take some more shots from all of our guns. And our gunnery wights are all helping out with this as well. Rodimus moving up, and down you go, little guy. No worry, we'll get an army with lots of hermit crabs, because I find them adorable, as I've said many a time. And it looks like, oh, the enemy admiral just decided to drop dead. I'm not gonna participate in that anymore after what happened here. Yeah, we did lose some units, but it turned out to be a pretty enjoyable time, didn't it? And plus we got a lot of good stuff happening. The Mortars had to play around, and duels and all that nature. At least I think. Well, let's see what the damage is. It was a quote-unquote close victory, and we might need to resurrect some units. But honestly, once again, zombie losses. Who gives a damn, right? Alrighty, there we go. Turned out to be actually a fairly fun battle and definitely worth fighting. We got to see a lot of things in action, and our depth guard even got a very decent amount of use. 14k damage there. Not as much as Queen Bess, I will grant, but still pretty damn good. Luther Harkin himself also had a nice little duel with an enemy, a rotting Leviathan. I'm pretty happy with everything. Also, Queen Bess obliterated that enemy mortar, and granted our mortars were helping out, but damn, and it looks like our carronades did either on par or better than the regular mortars. Queen Bess, as always, was supposed to clean house. Yeah, I'm very happy with this, especially with the depth guard. They have not had a lot of, once again, playtime in this particular campaign, so it's about damn time. Now, the question is, do we heal up or do we take the money? The thing is, I feel like we need money right now, and a few units getting some slight heals is probably not a big enough deal to worry about. So you know what, yeah, let's ransom these captains for more cash, regardless of the fact that we can't heal. I really wish that, wait, Noxus can still heal at sea via expansion. Right now he can't. Units not replenishing because of local effects. Well, that is what it is. Anyway, with that, ooh, we got a Lichbone Pennant. That's not the worst. Yeah, but I would have liked something better, or materials at sea or something. Although, to be fair, materials at sea probably wouldn't have helped us a crazy amount right now, but the 20k is pretty damn important. Anyway, obviously with that, we are out of time. I am going to call this episode here. Next time, we will sail on by and grab the other 2 Skull Islands and keep upgrading all of our stuff. I'm going to spend most of our cash between the episodes, just, or maybe even at the start of next episode. There's not that many upgrades to get, so we'll just do it then. Yeah, and then next time, we will probably send Luther Harkin back into action, as well as it'll only take a couple turns for him to get his army back up and running. In fact, 1 turn, although I still think that he could use some carronades. Pretty damn nice episode, if I do say so myself. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more vampire action. Don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.